Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I would discuss the problem combination sum 4 from LeetCode. So let's first read the question. Given an array of distinct integers, nums, and a target integer target, return the number of possible combinations that add up to target. So here is the example 1, 2, 3, and the target is 4, the output is 7, and the second one is 9, target is 3, the output is 0. So in order to solve this problem, let's take the example. So the elements that are given over here is 1, 2, 3, and the target that you have to make is 4, and you have to return the total number of ways to make 4 using the elements 1, 2, 3. So let's say first we are using 1 to make 4. So how can you make 4 using 1? Let's think about it in this way. So you have to use 1 to make 4. So the remaining amount is 3. Let's think about the next element, which is 2. So suppose you have to make 4 using 2, the remaining amount would be 2. Using 3 to make 4, the remaining amount would be 1. So making 4 has the problem now. Seems a little bit simpler because it is being reduced to making these elements. So in order to find the number of possible combinations, so you have to add the total number of combinations in making 3, and the total number of combination of making 2, and the total number of combination making 1. And if you add all these 3 ways, you will get the number of ways totally. It will make 4. So let's think about how to make 3. So now this time your target is going to be try to make the value which is 3. Again you have the 3 element 1, 2, 3, which will help you to make 3. So let's again think about in this way. If you know the ways to make the 2, and the ways to make 1, and the ways to make 0, then you will get the total number of possible making to the target 3. Now let's take the next element, so that the next element which is 2. So now our target is 2, and the element which will be going to be using is 1, 2, 3. So the number of possible we can use is 1 plus 1, 2 plus 0. But we cannot use the 3 because target value is less than the element which will be going to be used. So that's why. Now your target is to make the value which is 1. Our target is to make the value 1 using the elements 1, 2, 3. So the possible is 1 plus 0 because the 2 cannot be used and 3 cannot be used because the target value is less than the other values. So we cannot use the bigger element to make a smaller element. So it is useless, so let's not think about it. And after that we have, like here, for 0, if I have to find the 0, we can only use 0 plus 0 because 1, 2, 3 are greater than the target value. So that's why we have to make the target value to 0. The sum value is 1. And if we have to make the target value 1 using the elements 1, 2, 3, then we'll have the number of possible is 1. And if we have to make the target value to 2 using the elements 1, 2, 3, then we'll have the number of possible is 2. If we have to make the target value to 3, now we have the possible number of combination is 3. In order to find the total number of possible combinations to the target value 4 using the elements 1, 2, 3, we'll simply just find the total number of combination of 3, total number of combination of 2, and total number of combination of 1. We'll simply just sum up all the 3. So the answer for total number of combination in making 3 was 3, and in order to make the total number of combination of 2 was 2. The total number of making the 1 was 1. We'll simply just add these. The answer would come to 7, which is desired output. So let me write an array. So this array will store the corresponding values. So I have set the default values to -1. So the number of ways to make 0, it will store here. The number of ways to make 1 will store here, and so on. So the earlier we have calculated for 0 was 1, and for 1 was 1, and for 2 it was calculating the number of possible for 1 plus number of possible for 0. So 1 plus 0 will be 2. And for 3 here is the, so we have to calculate the sum of 2, number of possible of 2, number of possible of 1, and the number of possible of 0. So here the sum would be equal to 3. And for 4, the number of possible of combinations we have to find for number of possible of 3 plus number of possible of 2 and the number of possible of 1. The number of possible would be 1 plus 2 plus 3. The answer would be 7. So we'll simply just update it to 7. So let's get into the code part to understand better. We know that the number of possible ways to make 0 was 1. So we'll simply just store for 0 to 1, and we'll create another function count sum, which will count the number of possible ways, and here we will return the index that is 7, 4th. So the last was the target. So we'll return the sum array to the target. So here in this if condition, the default value of this sum array is -1, and if we have stored in the earlier, so it will simply just greater than it, and it will return the sum array of the target. So what is the use of target minus numSi? Because in the first iteration it will do this 1, 3, and in the next iteration it will 1, 2, 2. It will simply just minus from 4 to 3, then 2, then 1. So that's all. Now we'll check this code if it runs or not. Here we have initialized with the variable sum, so that so it runs for all the test cases. So after submitting, let's check our code is running successfully or not. So it runs successfully. Thank you.